Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Michaela. So let's talk about structural upgrade options for new build houses. Let's talk about the differences between design center upgrades and structural upgrades. I will talk about some of the options that we selected in our house and some of the prices for those options. And then I'll also talk about some of the options that our builder provided that we did not go with and prices for those options as well. Let's just jump right into this video. So just a disclaimer, all of the structural options that I'll be talking about today are the ones that our builder provided, and all the prices are the ones that our builder gave us for our style of house that we chose. So be sure to ask questions, ask your builder what do they have, what's the prices of some of the options that they have for structural upgrades and things like that. All builders are different, so these are just, you know, some ideas and prices just to give you an idea of like what you might expect if you're looking to do a new build house and have structural upgrade options. So structural options can be anything from an additional room, maybe an extra bathroom, or maybe like the electrical wiring throughout the house, things that probably have to be done during the like framing stage of the house, whereas the design center options are the things that you pick out at the design center, like flooring, tile, countertops, cabinets, things like that. So those are the two differences, and today we will focus mainly on the structural options that we chose for our house. So let's get into some prices and some examples of the structural options that our builder had. I will say, again, every builder is different, so be sure to ask as many questions as you possibly can to make sure you understand the process. But the prices I'm going to give to you today, these are obviously not things that we had to pay upfront or anything like that. That got added on to the base cost of our house. So when you hear the prices, we were not paying these prices out of pocket. Just know that. Just know that. So one of the main structural design options that we decided to go with is the complete layout of our first floor. So when you first walk in from the garage, it's like a mud room. I think they call it a mud room. It's not really. We have a closet, and then we have this little area, this little like nook here where you can drop stuff or build something or whatever you want to put right there in that area. And then we also decided to go with the extra guest suite. And so we closed this area off with the wall and added a door, and they also added a closet and a bathroom for guests. We also got the sitting room off of the extra guest suite. And so the price for this one is a little bit tricky to explain because when they put it on our price sheet, they labeled it as extra guest room with sitting area and mud room area. And so the price for that was $16,000 for the entire layout of that area down there. So that brings us to the second thing that we decided to go with, which is this 3-story sunroom extension with the deck off the kitchen. And so that entire total was $33,000 for that. So this like seating area bump out here actually extends to the second and third floors, and I'll be sure to show you guys what that looks like when we get there. So the stairs are kind of like the perfect example of where structural option meets design center options. And so we decided to do the like boxed oak wood stairs on every single level, and we were able to choose the color stain that we wanted for the stairs at the design center. So we made sure we wanted to get hardwood for the stairs, but then we went to the design center to choose the color. So another structural option we went with is the gourmet kitchen, which I believe is level 2 or 3, I think. And that just means we had the stove top on the countertop, and then we also have the vent over top of the stove top, and then we have the microwave and oven on the side next to the refrigerator. And so the total for the gourmet kitchen was $3,650. So you remember that 3-story sunroom extension I mentioned? Well, this is the sunroom extension right here on the second floor. That is currently my very messy, very unorganized office. So I'm not going to show you too much of that. I won't show you too much of that, but I'm currently using it as my office right here. And it's just this extra room off the kitchen. So moving upstairs to the third floor, we also decided to go with a double door off of the primary suite, and then we also did the double doors on our bathroom as well. And so the suite double doors were $550, and the bathroom double doors were also $550. And that brings us to the top floor, third floor sunroom extension, which is our bathroom. And this is actually the ultra spa bathroom. I think there's like a regular spa bathroom, which looks a little bit different. So since we did the ultra spa, our shower is in this corner here, and then we have a vanity on the right and a vanity on the left with the water closet right next to it. Now, For the pricing for this one, I can only go off of the sheets that they gave us that had like base prices for things, and then the sheets that they gave us of all the decisions that we actually chose for our house. I think that ours includes all of the design center upgrades that we chose, from the tile, the bathroom cabinets, the countertops, and the light fixtures, and the actual faucet fixtures and things like that. So to do the Ultra Spa bathroom, like just this 3rd floor sunroom extension bathroom, it was $4,810. However, we ended up spending $7,450 for our Ultra Spa bathroom extension, plus the tiles and the cabinets and countertops and all the things that we chose at the design center. So I'm about to get into something that's really touchy for me because it's lighting. Be sure to ask questions. Ask your builder, is lighting an upgrade? You know, what are the lighting package options? Certain things weren't explained to us. So we didn't get the lighting that we really wanted on the 1st floor and on the 3rd floor, but the 2nd floor, we have all the lighting. We have all the lights that we could possibly ever want and need on the 2nd floor. So just be aware that lighting can definitely be an upgrade. So we actually got the upgrade to put ceiling fan wiring in all of the bedrooms. So all the bedrooms on the 3rd floor have the ceiling fan wiring, and my office has the ceiling fan wiring. So those cost a total of $180 a piece, times 4 is $720. We also did the lighting over the shower in our bathroom and in the 2 guest bathrooms as well. Those were $170 each, so times 3, it was about $510 to do the lighting over the shower. Lastly, we decided to do some smart home like additions. I mean, nothing too crazy to our house, but we got the like TV wiring and HDMI cord hookup thing in the wall on the 1st floor in the guest suite, and also in the living room. And then we also did a Wi-Fi like wireless extension thing on the 3rd floor. And I feel like we did like one other thing that I'm just not, it's like escaping me. I feel like there was like 4 things we got. There was one other thing that we got in this like smart home package thing that they had to do during the like, you know, structure building of the house. And so the total for that was $1,965 for like the smart home upgrades. But I said all that to say, make sure you double check with your builder, because some like smart home additions can be considered structural and will need to be done before you get to a certain stage in building. Make sure you're able to pick all of the options that you want if you're thinking about making your home smart. So let's get into some other structural upgrade options that our builder provided, but that we didn't select or go with. Now, these prices are very approximate because, again, like for example, the bathroom, the Ultra Spa bathroom was a price, but then ours ended up being significantly more because of the things that we chose. So these are like base prices, approximate base prices. And obviously we don't know the real price of things since we didn't go with these options. Again, with this mudroom, honestly, they're pushing it. They're really pushing it, calling it a mudroom, but I digress. So they had this drop zone where you could get like a cabinet and like a countertop. And I think there were even like overhead cabinets and like a mail slot that had like little cubby holes for you to put mail or keys in and things like that. So you could have decided to get that. We didn't go with that, but the base price would have been $110 to add that section there. But of course you would have gotten to pick your cabinet colors and probably your countertops. So then the price obviously would have went up based on which level of cabinets you wanted to go with, whether it was level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever. But the base price for that area in the mud room was $110. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the different structural options that you could do for the basement or like the first floor area. I don't have prices for these though, but basically when you walk in from the garage, you could be walking into just like an open room. So you wouldn't have it walled off with the door. It wouldn't be considered an extra bedroom or an extra suite. It would just kind of be like a basement or a rec room. You could do carpet, you could do hardwood. I also believe there was an option to like not do the bathroom area. And then of course adding the bathroom would have been an extra charge. And then the walk-in closet would not have been there. It just would have been like an open space. And then you also still could have went with the 3-story sunroom extension if you did choose the basement. So moving up to the second floor, we could have chosen an option to do a fireplace in the living room. And I remember seeing 2 different fireplace styles. Like you could have got the like more traditional one that had the framed out fireplace. And then they had one that was more like modern and it was like set into the wall. I don't have the prices for like the modern one or the traditional one, but to do the fireplace in general was approximately $3,000. But of course you do get to pick, I believe you would have gotten to pick your tile or like the stone that went around that area, which would have been an extra cost. And then also they had 2 different options for fireplace mantles. And one of the options was like $0, so I guess like the standard one, and then the other one was like $400. So I guess you had to choose between those 2. So moving on to the 3rd floor, we could have chosen to get a sink in our laundry room, and I don't have the exact prices for just the sink or like the sink plus, but if we did the sink, I think it just would have been like a normal like laundry room sink. And then you have the option to also upgrade to do the cabinets, so where the sink would be in the cabinets, and then you would also do the overhead cabinets, and then obviously that price would be built on based on like which cabinets you wanted, which colors you wanted. I think you also got to pick the slab of countertop for where the sink was. So just to give you an idea, the mixture, those are things that I honestly don't think I would have thought about, like as far as extra pricing. Yeah, so make sure to ask about those if you're interested in getting a sink in your laundry room. And the last structural upgrade option that I will talk about today is the 3rd floor balcony that we did not go with. And this price is extremely approximate because I know for a fact that I've seen and heard this number somewhere, but I can't for the life of me find the paper that has this proof. But I think the 3rd story balcony would have been around $11,000, I believe. And I don't know if it was customizable as far as like the colors you get to choose. I don't think we got to choose the colors of our 2nd floor balcony, so I don't know. For those of you that are currently going through the new build process or maybe just finished the new build process, share your #1 piece of advice down in the comment section. For those who are possibly looking at getting a new construction home, we are just here to help everybody and answer as many questions as we possibly can. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.